Welcome back to News Nation. I'm Chris Cuomo with our continuing coverage, and this situation is only getting worse. I know a lot of people are dealing with it in the past tense in terms of their own particular event, their home, their life, if they're lucky enough to have escaped with it, right? But there's a new fire, and here's why it matters. This fire is so close to a very populated area there in West Hollywood, then getting down into Santa Monica. So that this Sunset Fire is going to be a major concern. Now, right now, because of that area, and again, without getting too in the weeds, there's so many different airflow currents that are creating different situations for different fires. Now, overall, there's too much wind everywhere, and it is driving, turbocharging these flames. But here, they are able to get assets in the air right now. So there's a chance that they can lay desiccant or fire retardant around it to limit its spread into those areas. Because once it goes from Runyon Canyon, which is largely just a hiking, place, a recreation place, down into those population areas, they are going to have a real problem, and they do not have the assets to deal with it. All right, let's get back to the human part of this, of what people are dealing with in real time. Gregg Champion owns a recovery center in Pacific Palisades. One of the buildings burned down. He also just learned he lost his home. All of his clients had to evacuate. A client's dog, Coco, got left behind. God forbid, you know what that is going to mean. Gregg, thank you for joining us. First of all, you have an update for us on the situation as you understand it?
Yeah, Chris, thank you for having me on. I just learned about an hour ago I lost my own personal home. Every house on my street was lost. I held out hope simply because the street was there last night. And because of the water problem, I think you guys have been talking about, the trucks couldn't come down the street, and my house burnt down this morning when daylight broke. So I know it's an outside issue, as they say, but I was very hopeful, and here's why, Chris. We had a little miracle happen today. Yesterday afternoon, I tried to get up to the house, was turned away by the fire department. They said, if you go up there, you're going to die. And so I turned back, and we had left a client's dog up there, Coco. And one of my employees, Kyle McGill, on his own accord, got past a few roadblocks on his own. And he got up there today, and he was able to grab Coco. And there she was, as she was found. I call her Coco the Chiller, because she was just chilling, and reunited Coco with her client, our client, and her mama, and that was a miracle. Not to mention, Chris, 2 of our houses remain standing, which means I don't know exactly what they look like, but startup is not dead, and we're hopeful. And we'll see what we have to do to assess the situation and move on. But we had a couple miracles, but my own house was not that. So you're looking at some pictures of the house. The 2 houses you just saw did survive the fire. This one we lost right here.
So, Gregg, what would you tell your clients about how to see what they're going through right now, and if it were their house?
Well, Chris, in early recovery, people are very sensitive. A lot of anxiety going on, a lot of mistrust, and they don't trust the process, and depression. And what we try to do, our number one value at Startup Recovery, is safety. And so here we are trying to provide safety for these people to have a meaningful outcome regarding their recovery journey. And as the universe, the higher power, or God, or Mother Nature decided 24 hours ago, that was going to be thrown up into the weeds. And so what we're trying to do is this, Chris, and this is our superpower. We're trying to keep our community. We're trying to keep everybody together. What we did today with our community was we did a 12 o'clock lunch with all of our staff and all of our clients together to say, hey, we're together through this. And right now, as I speak to you, the community, my staff, my business partners, Patricia Myers and Jeff Van, are all doing a 12-step meeting to get wrapped around where we're at and what's important. And I think that's what it is. It's about This is a we, our, us program. This is a we, our, us tragedy. And what I can say
Yep.
is that we program will carry over to the Palisades. Chris, I'm on a text message with 11 other families. All 11 families lost their houses in the last 24 hours. But everybody has come back and said, we will rebuild, and we will rebuild together.
I mean, I guess this is the great reminder, as painful as it is, there's very little we control, but we always control how we react to whatever happens. And I know that you're a living example of that, and you're spreading it to your clients, and I appreciate the work that you're doing. It's about as meaningful as anything I've ever been around. So, Gregg Champion, I'm sorry about your home, but it's great to meet you, and I'm glad you're still here and you're going to continue the work. God bless and be well.
Yeah, God bless you, Chris. Thank you for what you do.
All right. Take care, brother.